Cho Vavande Vyasadupino Shri Guru Gaur Gandharva Govindascha Ganaisaha Jayanti Patakas Ch.Ch Sarvesham Gurunartino. So we're continuing this morning with our hearing of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. And yesterday we're hearing of Mahaprabhu's approach towards Vrindavan via Bengal. He has passed through Navadvip, and so many thousands of people came eagerly to see him. And then he is continuing on his way. Madhav das grihe tata shachir nandan lakakoti lok tata pailo dadashan. When the Lord stayed at the house of Madhava Das, many hundreds of thousands of people came to see him. And I'm not sure exactly where this is. It sounds like this might still be in Navadvip. Shatadin rohitata lok nishtadila sabapadarigone pakade tadila. The Lord stayed there for 7 days and delivered all kinds of offenders and sinners. Shanti por chajagrihe aiche haila shachimata milita dukkha kandaila. After leaving Kulia, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited the house of Advaita Acharya at Shantipur. It was there that the Lord's mother, Shachimata, met him and was thus relieved of her great unhappiness. Toberam keligrame Prabhu Ch.Ch gela natashala hoite Prabhu punafiri aila. The Lord then visited the village known as Ram Keli and the place known as Kanai Natashala. From there he returned to Shantipur. So Srila Kaviraj Goswami, earlier he already gave elaborate description of Mahaprabhu's visit to Ram Keli, and it was there that he met with Rup and Sanatan, and they had a very, very intense meeting. Many very deep expressions of humility and devotion were offered to Mahaprabhu from Rup and Sanatan. And at that time, Sanatana Goswami also expressed his opinion that he thought it wise for Mahaprabhu to return back to Puri, and because he was, by that time, Mahaprabhu had attracted such a large crowd to follow him. And Sanatana Goswami felt it, in the current circumstances, there could be some unfavorable Muslim ruler who would feel threatened by Mahaprabhu in some way, could cause him some trouble. They could take him as some type of revolutionary, something like that. And also I think he expressed an idea that when one goes to Vrindavan, it is nice to go in a humble way, in a simple way, something like that. So Mahaprabhu, he accepts that as the Lord's instruction coming through the mouth of Sanatana Goswami, and he decides to return back to Puri. So he went from Shantipur, he went to Ramkeli, then he went back to Shantipur, and from there proceeded back to Puri. Shantipure punakoilo dashadina vas vishtadi vaniyachen Vrindavanadas. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed in Shantipur for 10 days. This has all been described very elaborately by Vrindavan Das Thakur. Attaiva ihauta nakoilu vishtar punadukti hoi granta badoye apar. I will not narrate these incidents because they have already been described by Vrindavan Das Thakur. There is no need to repeat the same information, for such repetition would unlimitedly increase the size of this book. Madhya milila Ch.Ch rupa sanatan, Nishingananda koilo Ch.Ch patera sajan, Sutra Madhya se lila mito varnilo, Ataiva punataha ihona likilo. Those narrations tell how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met the brothers Rup and Sanatan, and how Nishingananda decorated the road. Okay, sorry, this was where we stopped yesterday. I have already described these in an earlier synopsis of this book, therefore I will not repeat the narrations here. And so Rup and Sanatan, we've already just said something about their meeting. Then Nishingananda, this was another incident. One devotee of Mahaprabhu, he heard the news, or he had the inspiration in his heart that Mahaprabhu was coming and going towards Vrindavan. And so mentally he started to prepare the road for Mahaprabhu, like cleaning it, decorating it with flowers, something like that, mentally. And then he came up to a certain point, maybe it was Ram Kelly, and he couldn't go any further. And so he could understand in advance that Mahaprabhu was going to return. Mahaprabhu would not continue with his journey. So that's all described earlier in Chaitanya Chart. I think in the chapter 2, Madhya Lila chapter 2. No, Madhya Lila chapter 1. Madhya Lila chapter 1 is a summary of the Madhya Lila. Punarapi Prabhu Jadi Shanti Pora Haila Raghunatha Dasasi Prabhude Milila. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu returns to Shantipur, Raghunath Das came to meet him. Hiranya Govardhan Dui Sahodar Saptagrame Balaka Mudra Ishwar. Two brothers named Hiranya and Govardhan, who were residents of Saptagram, had an annual income of 1,200,000 rupees. And of course that would be, nowadays 1 million rupees, of course, it's a lot. But it doesn't equal $1 million or £1 million. But at that time, that probably equaled £1 million or $1 million, or if not more. It was a lot more. Even 50 years ago, the rupee was much stronger. So this is the father and uncle of Raghunath, Govardhan Majumdar, the father of Raghunath Das Goswami, and Hiranya Majumdar, his uncle. And Raghunath Das Goswami, he's one of the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. You're a little bit familiar with the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. You've heard of them, I think. So Raghunath Das Goswami, he's one of them. And he's also known as our Prayojan Acharya, which means the Acharya, the teacher who has particularly highlighted what is the Prayojan of our line, or what is the highest ideal of our line.
So he came actually with his father?
No, he came alone. But Kaviraj Goswami is just giving some background here about Raghunath, because I think it's the first time he's been mentioned in the book, so he's just giving some background.
Is the first time that Raghunath Das is meeting up?
I think so. I'm not sure. I think it's the first time he's mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita. I mean, this might be like the first proper meeting.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, Raghunath Das Goswami, his parents, they were closely connected with many of the Vaishnavas. His family, they supported, it's mentioned, they supported all the Brahmins and Nadia or something.
Something.
They supported Advaita Charja, Haridas Thakur. So it's very possible that Raghunath Das Goswami would have met these Vaishnavas as a boy. He could have come in touch with Mahaprabhu. But I think this is probably his first substantial meeting with Mahaprabhu. Maheshwarya Yukta Duhe Vadanya Brahmanya Sadachadi Satkulin Dharmika Graganya. Both Hiranya Majumdar and Govardhan Majumdar were very opulent and magnanimous. They were well behaved and devoted to Brahminical culture. They belonged to an aristocratic family, and among religionists they were predominant. Religionists. Dharmikagra Ganya, so among persons who follow Dharma. So they were very pious people. Nadyavase Brahmaner Upajivya Prai Arta Bhumi Gramdiya Koden Sahai. Practically all the Brahmins residing in Nadia were dependent on the charity of Hiranya and Govardhan, who gave them money, land, and villages. Wow. Purport: although Navadvip was very opulent and populous during Mahaprabhu's time, practically all the Brahmins depended on the charity of Hiranya and Govardhan. Because the brothers highly respected the Brahmins, they very liberally gave them money. So, very wealthy people. I mean, they could have been billionaires by modern standards. Nilambar Chakravarti Adadya Duhar Chakravarti Kode Duhai Brachir Vyavahar. Nilambar Chakravarti, the grandfather of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, was much worshipped by the two brothers, but Nilambar Chakravarti used to treat them as his own brothers. That's right. Ishar Purandader Purve Karyachen Se Vane Ataiva Prabhu Balo Jane Duhi Jane. Formerly, these two brothers had rendered much service to Mishra Purandar, the father of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because of this, the Lord knew them very well. Right, Jagannath Mishra also. Se Govardhaner Putra Raghunatha Das Balyakala Hoite Teho Vishoye Udas. Raghunath Das was the son of Govardhan Majumdar. From childhood, he was uninterested in material enjoyment. Sanyas Kori Prabhu Jabe Shanti Pora Haila Tobe Asi Raghunath Prabhude Milila. When Mahaprabhu returned to Shantipur after accepting the renounced order, Raghunath Das met him. Okay, so that was their first meeting, first proper meeting. That when Mahaprabhu, directly after he took sannyas and he spent those 12 days or so in Shantipur, that Raghunath came at that time as well, that's right. So this will be the second time. So this is like 5 years later. Prabhu charane pode prema vishta hoya Prabhupada sparsha koilo karuna koriya. When Raghunath Das went to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he fell at the Lord's lotus feet in ecstatic love. Showing him mercy, the Lord touched him with his feet. And that is like a real privilege, for Mahaprabhu. He would only do that with very intimate devotees. Tarpita sada kore acharya sevan Attaiva Chajatade Hoilapada son. Raghunath Das's father, Govardhan, always rendered much service to Advaita Acharya. Consequently, Advaita Acharya was very pleased with the family. Acharya prasade pailo prabhur chishtapat prabhur charana deke din panchasat. When Raghunath Das was there, Advaita Acharya favored him by giving him the food remnants left by the Lord. Raghunath Das was thus engaged for 5 or 7 days in rendering service to the Lord's lotus feet. Prabhu tade vidai dia gela nilachal teho gode asi hoila premete pagal. After bidding farewell to Raghunath Das, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu returned to Jagannath Puri. After returning home, Raghunath became mad with ecstatic love. Bar bar palaite ho niladri jaite pitatade bandirake anipata hoite. Raghunath Das used to run away from home again and again to go to Jagannath Puri, but his father kept binding him and bringing him back. Panchapaika taderake rachi dine chadi sevak dui brahman rahe tar sane. His father even had 5 watchmen guard him day and night. 4 personal servants were employed to look after his comfort, and 2 Brahmins were employed to cook for him. It's an interesting point, and we see this, in our experience in the world. His family, they're so pious, so generous, and they're, supporting so many Vaishnavas and the auspicious Brahmins, but they don't want their son to go and join that camp. To the extent that they're forcefully keeping him at home with guards watching over him. Ekadas jantade rake nirantar nilachale jaite napai dukita antar. In this way, 11 people were incessantly keeping Raghunath Das under control. Thus he could not go to Jagannath Puri, and because of this, he was very unhappy. Ebe jadi Mahaprabhu Shanti Poda Haila Shuniya Pita de Raghunatha Nivedila. When Raghunath Das learned that Mahaprabhu had arrived at Shantipur, he submitted a request to his father. Agyadeho Jayadeki. So this is 5 years later, fast forward, and he hears Mahaprabhu's again at Shantipur, which is not so far from their family home. And so he requests his father. So he submitted a request to his father. Oh, and I already read. Raghunath Das asked his father, "Please give me permission to go see the lotus feet of the Lord. If you do not, my life will not remain within this body." Shunitar pita bahu lokajavya diya patailo boli shigra asya firiya. Hearing this request, Raghunath Das' father agreed. Giving him many servants and materials, the father sent him to see Mahaprabhu, requesting him to return soon. Shatadin Shanti Pode Prabhu Sange Rohe Rachi Divase Mana Kata Kohe. For 7 days, Raghunath Das associated with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Shantipur. During those days and nights, he had the following thoughts. Rakakir hatte mui kemone chutibo kemone prabor sange nilachole jabo. Raghunath Das thought, how shall I be able to get free from the hands of the watchmen? How shall I be able to go with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Nilachal? Sarvagya Gauranga Prabhu Janitar Man Shikarupe Kohetare Ashwasa Vachan. Since Mahaprabhu was omniscient, he could understand Raghunath Das's mind. The Lord therefore instructed him with the following reassuring words. So, Raghunath, he's thinking, how can I escape the situation? How can I go and stay with Mahaprabhu? I want to give up everything and stay with Mahaprabhu. What do you think Mahaprabhu said, Kat? Huh? To go, yes. That's right. He didn't say, yes, sarva dharmam prityaja, mamekam sharanam raja, give up everything and come with me. He didn't say that, as one might expect. Stira hoya gore jao nahao batul, krame krame pailog bhava sindhuko. Be patient and return home. Or, stira hoya, it also could mean calm down, calm yourself, settle down, and go gore jao, go home. It's very straight, colloquial language, Just go home. Na how batul, don't be a madman. Huh? What? By and by, gradually, krame krame, gradually you will cross over the ocean of material existence. Markata vairagyana koro loka dekaya, jata jogja vishoy bunjana shakta hoya. You should not make yourself a show-bottle devotee and become a false renunciate. For the time being, enjoy the material world in a befitting way and do not become attached to it. So this markata vairagya, literally it means, Srila Swami Maharshi's rendered it as show-bottle devotee, which I suppose at that time was a word that was used. But literally, this markata vairagya means monkey renunciation. A monkey renunciation. Because monkeys, they live in trees. They go around naked everywhere. So in one way you could say, the monkeys, they're very renounced. They're very detached. But on the other hand, monkeys are always thinking about sex life, and they're always thinking about food. So externally they look very renounced, very simple, but internally full of so many desires. So in the same way, we should not, this is a very important point that Mahaprabhu is making here. And he makes it not only here, but repeatedly. He gives more or less the same instruction to Rupa and Sanatana Goswami. So the idea is that he's emphasizing we are not interested in external renunciation. And of course we have to remember Raghunath Das Goswami, he is a pure devotee, he's an eternally liberated associate of the Lord. So this instruction is not actually for Raghunath, but this is Leela, and it is also for the purpose of instructing persons like ourselves. So we are not interested in external renunciation. It should be something that develops naturally within. And so to be too quick and too eager to reject the world, this is not a healthy thing. We should learn how to engage with the world while internally adjusting our relationship with it. our standpoint in relation to it. So engage with the world while remaining internally detached, fixed in your attachment to the Lord. This is Yukta Vairagya, and this is one of our main principles of devotional practice. Antare nishta koro bayelo pyavahar acherat Krishna tomai koribe udar. Mahaprabhu continued, within your heart you should keep yourself very faithful, but externally you may behave like an ordinary man. Thus Krishna will soon be very pleased and deliver you from the clutches of Maya. Vrindavan deki jabe asibo nila chole, tobe tumi amapash asiho kon chole. You may see me at Nilachal, Jagannath Puri, when I return after visiting Vrindavan. By that time you can think of some trick to escape. So you can come later to meet me. Se cholo se kale Krishna sporabe to made, Krishna kripa jade tade kera kite pade. What kind of means you will have to use at that time will be revealed by Krishna. If one has Krishna's mercy, no one can check him. Etakohi Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu is he's in the mood of a devotee, so he's saying Krishna, but it will be by Mahaprabhu's mercy that path of escape will be revealed to him. Etakohi Mahaprabhu tade vidai dilo, gore asi Mahaprabhu shiksha chanilo. In this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bade farewell to Raghunath Das, who returned home and did exactly what the Lord told him. Vaya Vairagya Vatulata Sakachadiya Jata Jogja Karja Kore Anashakta Hoya. After returning home, Raghunath Das gave up all kinds of craziness and external pseudo-renunciation and engaged in his household duties without attachment. So external renunciation and madness he gave this up. And he engaged with the world. Dekitar pitamata borosuka pailo, tahara vadana kichu shiti la hoilo. Jai Shri Guru When Raghunath Das's father and mother saw that their son was acting like a householder, they became very happy. Because of this, they slackened their guard. Iha Prabhu ekatra kori sabhakta gan, Advaita Nityananda di jata bhakta jan. Sabalingan kori kohena gosai, sobe agya deho ami nila chole jai. Meanwhile, at Shantipur, Mahaprabhu assembled all his devotees, headed by Advaita Acharya and Nityananda Prabhu, embraced them all and asked their permission to return to Jagannath Puri. Sabar sahiti hao amar hoilo milan, evar shani lajike ho nakori ho gaman. Because he had met them all at Shantipur, Mahaprabhu requested all the devotees not to go to Jagannath Puri that year. Taha hoite avashyami Vrindavan jabo, sobe agya deho tobe nirvigne hasibo. Mahaprabhu said, I shall certainly go to Vrindavan from Jagannath Puri. If all of you give me permission, I shall return here again without difficulty. Vatar charane dodi bahu vinoi kodilo, Vrindavan jaite taragya loilo. Clasping the feet of his mother, Mahaprabhu very humbly requested her permission. Thus she gave him leave to go to Vrindavan. Tobe navadipe tade dilo pataya, Niladri cholila sange bhakta gana loya. Srimati Ch.Ch. Devi was sent back to Navadvip, and the Lord and his devotees started for Jagannath Puri, Niladri. Se sablok pate koden sevan, suke nila cholaila shachir nandan. The devotees who accompanied Mahaprabhu rendered all kinds of service on the way to Nilachal, Jagannath Puri. Thus in great happiness the Lord returned. Prabhu asi Jagannath Dadashana koilo, Mahaprabhu aila grame kolo hola hoilo. When Mahaprabhu arrived at Jagannath Puri, he visited the temple of the Lord. News then spread all over the city that he had returned. Anandita bhaktagan asyami lila, prema lingam prabhu sabade kodila. All the devotees then came and met the Lord with great happiness. The Lord embraced each of them in a great ecstatic love. Kashimishra Ramananda Pradyumna Sarvabhoma Vaninata Shikiyadi Jata Bhaktagana. Kashi Mishra, Ramananda Rai, Pradyumna, Sarvabhoma Bhattacharya, Vaninat Rai, Shiki Mahiti, and all the other devotees met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Gadadhar Pandadasi Prabodemi Lila, Sabaragrete Prabhu Kohite Lagila. Gadadhar Pandit also came and met the Lord. Then, before all the devotees, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began to speak as follows. Vrindavan jabo ami goda deshe diya, Nijamata Ganga chadan dekiya. It was my decision to go to Vrindavan through Bengal in order to see my mother and the river Ganges. Hitamate kori koilo godere gaman, Sahasreka sange hoilo nija bhaktagan. Thus I went to Bengal, but thousands of devotees began to follow me. Laka laka lokai se kotuk te kite, loke sangate patanapadi cholite. Many hundreds of thousands of people came to see me out of curiosity, and due to such a large crowd, I could not travel very freely on the road. Jata rohi tata gor, pracher hoye chorna, Jata netra pore tata lokte ki porna. Indeed, the crowd was so large that the house and the boundary walls of the house where I stayed were destroyed. And wherever I looked, I could see only large crowds. Kashte shishte kori gela ram keli gram, amatai ailadup sanatananam. With great difficulty, I went to the town of Ramkeli, where I met two brothers named Rup and Sanatan. Duibai Bhaktaraj Krishna Kripa Patra, Vyavahare Rajamanchi Hoy Rajapatra. These two brothers are great devotees and suitable recipients of Krishna's mercy. But in their ordinary dealings, they are government officials, ministers to the king. Vidya Bhakti Buri Bole Parama Pravin Tabu Apanake Mane China Hoitehin. Srila Rupa and Sanatan are very much experienced in education, devotional service, intelligence, and strength, yet they think themselves inferior to straw in the street. Tardoinya deki shuni pashana vidade, Ami tushta hoya tobe kohilu dohade, Uttam hoya hin kori manaho apanade, Achere koribe Krishna toma udade. Indeed, the humility of these two brothers could even melt stone. Because I was very pleased with their behavior, I told them, although you are both very much exalted, you consider yourselves inferior. And because of this, Krishna will very soon deliver you. Etako hi ami jabe vidai tade dilo, gaman kale sanatan praheli kohilo, jar sange hoye loklaka koti rindavan jaiba enahe padipati. After speaking to them in this way, I bade them farewell. As I was leaving, Sanatan told me, it is not appropriate for one to be followed by a crowd of thousands when going to Vrindavan. Tabu ami shonilo matra na koilo avadan, prate choli ailo, kanar, natashalagram. Although I heard this, I did not pay it any attention, and in the morning I went to the place named Kanai Natashala. Ratri kale mone ami vichar karilo sanatana more kiba praheli kohilo. At night, however, I considered what Sanatan had told me. Palata kohilo mor eta loka sange, loka deki kohibo more eka dange. I decided that Sanatan had spoken very well. I was certainly being followed by a large crowd, and when people would see so many men, they would surely rebuke me, saying, "Here is another impostor." Dorlaba durgam se nirjan rindavan, ekaki jaibo kiba sange kajan. I then began to consider that Vrindavan is a very solitary place. It is invincible and very difficult to attain. I therefore decided to go there alone, or at the utmost with only one person. Madhavenja Poditata Gelaike Shvade Dugdadan Chole Krishna Sakshadi Lotade. Madhavenja Puri went to Vrindavan alone, and Krishna, on the pretext of giving him milk, granted him an audience. Badiyar Bajipati Cholilauta Tade Bahu Sange Vrindavan Gamana Kode. I then understood that I was going to Vrindavan like a magician with his show, and this is certainly not good. No one should go to Vrindavan with so many men. Eka jaibo kiba sange britya eka jan tobe se shobai Vrindavaner gaman. I've therefore resolved to go alone, or at the utmost with one servant. In this way, my journey to Vrindavan will be beautiful. Vrindavan jabo kaha ekaki hoya, sonya sange choliachi daka bajaya. I thought instead of going to Vrindavan alone, I am going with soldiers and the beating of drums. Dikti kapanake boli hoila washtir, nivrita hoya puna aila ganga tir. I therefore said, "Fie upon me," and being very much agitated, I returned to the banks of the Ganges. Bhakta ganera kiya aino nija nija stane, amasange aila sabe pancha choy jane. I then left all the devotees there and brought only 5 or 6 persons with me. Nirvigne be Ch.Ch jaibo vrindavane, sobe meli jukti deho hoya padasane. Now I wish that you all will be pleased with me and give me good consultation. Tell me how I shall be able to go to Vrindavan without impediments. Gadadare chari geno, yuhoduka pailo se he to Vrindavan. Jaite nadilo. I left Gadadhar Pandit here, and he became very unhappy. For this reason, I could not go to Vrindavan. Tobe Gadadhar Pandit prema vishta hoya, Prabhupada Dodi Kohe Vinoi Kodiya. Being encouraged by Mahaprabhu's words, Gadadhar Pandit became absorbed in ecstatic love. Immediately clasping the lotus feet of the Lord, he began to speak with great humility. Tumi jahao jahao daha, taha Vrindavan, taha Jamuna Ganga, Sarvatirthagan. Gadadhar said, wherever you stay is Vrindavan, as well as the river Jamuna, the river Ganges, and all other places of pilgrimage. Tabo Vrindavan jaha loka shikaite, seto koribe tomar jelo chite. Although wherever you stay is Vrindavan, you will still go to Vrindavan just to instruct people. Otherwise, you will do whatever you think best. Eyage aila Prabhu Varsha Chadimas, Chadimas Koro Nila Cholevas. Taking this opportunity, Gadadhar Pandit said, just now the 4 months of the rainy season have begun. You should therefore spend the next 4 months in Jagannath Puri. Pache se achariba, je tomar man. Apanichai cholo, roho ke kore vadan. After remaining here for 4 months, you will be free to do as you like. Actually, no one can stop you from going or remaining. Shunisa bhakta kohe prabhu charane, sabakar icha pandit koiloni vedane. Upon hearing this statement, the devotees present at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stated that Gadadhar Pandit had properly presented their desire. Sabai chai Prabhu chadimas rohila, suniya prataparudra anandita hoila. Being requested by all the devotees, Mahaprabhu agreed to remain at Jagannath Puri for 4 months. Hearing this, King Prataparudra became very happy. Seidin Gadadhar koilo nimantran, tahabika koilo Prabhu loya bhaktagan. That day, Gadadhar Pandit extended an invitation to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and the Lord took his lunch at his place with the other devotees. Pikate panditer sneha prabhurasvadan, manushya shakti duin ajay varnan. No ordinary human being can properly describe Gadadhar Pandit's affectionate presentation of food, or Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is tasting this food. Hemata Gaur Leela Ananta Apar, Sankepe Kohiye Koho, Koha Najai Vishtar. In this way, Mahaprabhu performs his pastimes, which are unlimited and unfathomable. Somehow or other, they have briefly been described. It is not possible to describe them elaborately. Sahasravadane kohe apane ananta, tabue kalilarte ho nahi pahiyanta. Although Lord Anantadev is always describing the pastimes of the Lord with his thousands of mouths, he cannot reach the end of even one of the Lord's pastimes. Shri Rupa Raghunath Pade Jarash, Chaitanya Charitamrita Kohe Krishna Das. Praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rup and Sri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I, Krishna Das, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Jai Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami. The Lord's attempt to go to Vrindavan. And the next chapter is the Lord actually travels to Vrindavan. Beautiful. Well, I suppose we better stop there. Although it would be nice just to spend all day. But there are other things, other service necessities. Hari Haraya Namah Krishna Jadavaya Namaha. Hari Haraya Namah Krishna Jadavaya Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudana. Giridhari Gopinata Madana Mohana. Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra. Radha Radha Shiva Sani Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Sairupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunatha. Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunatha. Nitai Gosai Kori Charana Vandana. Jaha Hoite Vignana Shabishta Purana. Nitai Gosai Jai Muvita Dadasa. Kansa Bada Padanenu Mura Panchagrasa. Sajara Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanebasa. Janame Mohe Abhinasa. Echai Gosai Jabe Braje Koilo Bhasa. Radha Krishna Nitya Leela Kodila Prakasha. Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavana. Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Majaya Mana. Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Kodiyasha. Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Kodiyasha. Hari Nam Sankirtan Kohe Narottama Dasa. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Haribo, Nitai Gaura Haribo.
Nitai Gaura Haribo.
Jai Shri Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Bhagavan Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Saprasad Srimad Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Radha Giridhari Ju Ki Jai. Shri Navadip Dham Ki Jai. Shri Ganga Jamuna Ki Jai. Shri Bhakti Devi Vrinda Devi Tulasi Devi Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopi Shama Kundadakun Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Shri Kol Kartal Ki Jai. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai. Vishwavyapi Tadya Shakamat Ki Jai. Jai Shri Bhakti Nirmala Charja Maharaj Ki Jai. Acharya Vinda Ki Jai. Seva Vinda Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vinda Ki Jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vinda Ki Jai. Shri Akadashi Titi Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai.